Well, this was a bill that was actually introduced last session by one of my good colleagues who's now over in the Senate. And I championed it this year during the short session after our resident in Vancouver, Nikki Kuhnhausen, was murdered. She was missing for quite a while, and they found her. And she was killed because she was a trans teenager. And there's an awful lot of violence and murders and suicides in the trans community, particularly the young folk. And her case, I think, for a lot of people, put a human face and a human personality on a what is a national tragedy that needs to be dealt with. So this bill has passed the House. It's over in the Senate. We amended it just a wee bit to honor Nikki. And Nikki's family asked me to do that. I spent some time with her mother a couple of weeks ago. I did go to her memorial service. There were about 300 people there. This has really made a huge impact on our community. And what warms my heart the most, I think, in this horrible situation is I heard from some of my colleagues on the other side of the aisle that this process with this bill changed their hearts and their votes on this issue. And it's always important to put a human face on things. It's even better if we can get enough public involvement to make this not happen again. That's exactly right. There are, I believe, 11 states that have passed this kind of legislation. And I think the National Bar Association has recommended that all states do this because it is turning out to be a defense that works. And this is not having anything to do with either self-defense or true diminished capacity. We're talking about an excuse for a hate crime, basically. And there shouldn't be that kind of an excuse. This law is necessary because folks are being targeted. And the fact that, you know, I guess the easiest way for me to wrap my brain around it is, 40 years ago when I was working in the trenches to help rape victims, we were fighting against the idea that if a woman took a drink alone in a bar or if she wore a short skirt, she was a target. She was a legitimate thing to attack her. Right now, we have teenagers and young people and older people who are being attacked for who they are. And to me, there's an equivalency there, and we need to take this step. Very good. Thank you for doing the story.